right, boss level blazers are coming back. Think 80s style Wall Street double-breasted blazers making a comeback.
No.
Really?
I
Look
like
at
a
them
nice
at the top.
tapered, like something that looks like you didn't go, oh shit, Dad, I have an interview today. Can I look in your closet for something to wear?
I missed this. I did. I missed talking with you on a live feed.
Not live.
It's being recorded, so it's live enough. Skinnered on Full Blast was the choice for 2023 first episode of the year. This is the choice that we made for our outfit.
Yep.
What kind of message is that sending? What's that energy that you're bringing into?
I like the party.
No, you don't.
When Skinner's on, I do.
No, you're not a big party guy.
Not anymore.
You've lost it. Lost the sauce.
Don't even talk to me about the sauce.
The last time we partied, which was a couple of weeks ago, I got the flu and felt like I was going to die. So.
Oh, at the wedding?
Yeah. I can't.
It was a fun wedding, though.
It was. It was actually really nice. My cousin got married in Disney. It was our first Disney wedding. My cousin is the second oldest to me out of all the cousins. There's 15 of us, I believe. There's a lot of us. She was the first of all of us to start off this whole marriage thing that we're all doing this year. And so she got married in Disney. It was really fun to see a Disney wedding. They had everything was Disney music. The groom walked out to Darth Vader's theme song. It was just very Disney-esque. It was very cute. But I got to see all of my cousins, or most of them that were there. And I haven't seen them in probably 5-8 years. But it's been a while since I've seen a lot of them. And it's just funny to go from seeing your cousins as children and always I used to babysit for them. I used to watch them when they were in diapers. And now seeing them as full grown adults who are allowed to drink alcohol and who have actual personalities and who are kind of cool. They used to be weird because they were younger, but now they're cool, full blown adults. It's very weird to see with relationships and their own lives. It's wild.
My whole thing, the whole night, well, the whole weekend was just remember their names.
Can you name any of them right now?
I think I can name probably all of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Let's see.
So you got Whit, Seth, Molly, Eliza, Ryan, Liz.
There's no Liz.
I met a Liz.
She wasn't a part of the family.
Cammy.
One more that's getting married.
Maddie.
Margot.
God damn it. Cut that out. Margot. Mason. Mitchell. Who am I missing?
Another M. Madison, but she was the one getting married. And then you have one other family.
Well, yeah. I can't remember. I didn't really meet them, though.
Yeah, that's okay. You got basically everyone. You are missing Elise, which you didn't meet, and then Ben and Zach and Gabby. Other than that, was stellar. And you learned most of those people that night, so I'm proud of you.
Well, your youngest cousins, when they came in, I was still shaking hands with Wes and, I'm sorry,
Who?
Whit and Seth. Wes.
Their combo name.
And I felt like JFK and Forrest Gump, where he's just shaking. How does it feel about All-American?
I have no idea what that means.
Just guys walking in, shaking their hand, and me saying the exact same thing. I was like, hey, Nick, nice to meet you. Nick, nice to meet you. Nick, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
How does it feel about All-American?
Yeah, some of them are military, so they are. The funniest thing is because now they're all of Gen Z, that's their generation, so they all know the same dances. Every single person knows the same little TikTok-esque little footwork dances. They're adorable.
Footwork.
There's a lot of footwork.
Ronnie from Jersey Shore.
What was his foot? He did kicks.
He just would he was known for having fast feet.
Oh wow! And then my dad was appalled by their dancing. He couldn't stand it. My father doesn't dance usually, even though he allegedly was a world-class disco dancer. He did it competitively for money back in the 80s. And he doesn't speak of it anymore. Your mom
speaks of it.
He won't show us his moves, but when he saw these Gen Zers dancing the way that they were, he was not having it, and he decided to direct them and teach them more moves. And those moves consisted of a square of punches. So punching up, corner to corner, up, down, down, just repetitively up, and down, down. So that's what he taught the youth at this wedding.
The Utes.
The youth. So yeah, it was fun. But then after that, we came home and I died the next day. And you know what? Remember I said I felt really bad? I felt like I was mean to the TSA. I felt really bad, but I think I was just like ill and I was not having it. She made me take my sweater off and I was not very jolly with her.
You should have felt bad for the poor
I'm really
bastard
sorry.
who sat next to us on the plane.
Yeah. Poor guy probably got the flu too. So shout out to all of you if you know who you are. But yeah, welcome back to the podcast. This is going to be season 3 technically. I don't know how I'm still doing this. We've had so many different iterations and now you've joined me as a co-host basically. And I don't know how we got here, but it feels good. And we got really nice podcast mic covers if you're watching us from Podcast Nation. So this is just like the most organized, professional podcast you've ever seen.
Who set it up today?
Your boy Nick set it up today. He set up all the lights, the camera, everything. I was very impressed. You even knew where the cord was to connect to our new monitor. Oh my God, this is like
it was wrapped
happening
around the monitor.
Oh.
So.
Well, you're welcome.
Didn't really have to locate it.
Okay. Well, I was going to give you some props, but
yeah,
I'll take
I didn't deserve it.
those back. I had a nice break. It felt good to not think about this for 2 weeks, to not think about technology, and to bring us together for this new year, this new episode, this new season. I feel good. How do you feel about 2023?
It's going to be a good year.
Yeah. So we're going to have a lot of 2023 things in this episode. We'll talk through some trends that are going to be happening, some trend forecasting. We'll do some videos and maybe we'll talk through our resolutions, but I don't have one for myself. I'm going to make you give me a resolution. I'll give you a resolution.
No.
Yes. Teamwork. But before we do that, let's go into our videos of the week. Keeping it cool. Oh, we saw
Keeping it cool.
We saw Avatar this week. I managed to drag Nick out of the house because he got sick for me too.
I wasn't sick. I had a sinus deal going on.
You have a lot of things going on. And if you guys have partners that are men, you know that they don't handle getting sick well whatsoever. Like not even a little bit. I dread him getting sick more than myself getting sick because I don't want to deal with him when he's sick. It's bad. It's really bad. So he got sick and we bought tickets to go see Avatar, The Way of the Water. I was going to call it Full Throttle, but that's a different movie. We didn't realize that the movie's actually 3.5 hours or 3 hours and 12 minutes to be exact. And we booked these tickets in the morning when we were feeling really like lively, ready to go. And
Hold up.
Yeah. You booked
Full
the tickets.
Full Throttle?
What? It's not called Full Throttle, but that's the
Avatar
first thing.
Full Throttle? Is it part of the Fast and Furious franchise?
It might be.
I mean, they did talk about
family. They did
family
talk
a
about
lot.
family. That's true. Wasn't that even mentioned? No, I'm thinking of different. I've watched a lot of TV in the past couple of weeks. Anyways.
Yeah, they mentioned Fast and Furious and Avatar.
It was crazy.
Real quick. You had to pick up on it quick, but
you had to listen for it. But they did. But family was a big theme, so I think I meshed the two together. But we booked our tickets in the morning, like so ready to watch this movie. And then he made me Google how long it was after the tickets were bought. And then he realized it was 3 hours and 12 minutes. And he was like, we're going to take a rain check on this movie. And I got pissed. I got really mad. I'm just going to wait for you.
All right, Miss Latuaco. I'll wait. No, my boss, friend and coworker, Bob Robinson Jr., just texted a picture to our group that consists of myself, Bobby, my brother Kevin, and then Mike Perazzo.
Your former roommate.
And he goes, Kev, you got a side gig? And it literally is a picture of a transit. And on the back, it says DJ Kevy Kev's Jambulance. No free shout-outs.
That one was free. Wow.
He was like, Kev, you got a side gig? That is awesome.
It's like, what's your business going to be called? I'm feeling DJ Kevy Kev's Jambulance.
Yeah. Sleazy.
That's speaking to me. So yeah, we went to, well, he was like, we're not going to Avatar. I was like, if we don't go right now, we'll never go. And
Let's also set the
I will
tone
hold this
here,
against you for the rest of the year.
Didn't realize it was over 3-hour movie.
That's okay. You should have known.
I had to get up the next morning and go strip and recoat floors at work. Your plan for dinner was to make dinner.
I had a lot of plans.
So I was like, we should probably rethink this. I didn't realize it was 3 hours and you immediately shut down mentally.
I was so mad.
She immediately was like, and it's like, okay, all right, I guess I'll be the adult here.
Yeah, you had to make a choice, and you chose correct. You said, you know what, we're going to go, because if not...
so I didn't have to listen to you pout like a child.
Exactly. Everybody won. And I was like, if you have to, you take a nap in the theater. It's fine.
Everybody won except for me, who had to suffer through the entire thing.
You liked it.
Feeling like I had an ice pick inside of my ear and protruding out the front of my forehead.
So as you can see, men don't handle being sick well, and that's not my problem. Anyways, we went to the movie. It was great. And I bring up Avatar because this my video of the week, or one of my videos of the week, is this guy who apparently worked on Avatar. And this guy is very bold because he apparently signed an NDA and is speaking about his experience on filming the show. That's scary. Movie. Full Throttle. That's a scary thing to do, to break your NDA. Even if it's talking about nothing. I've learned from my own mistakes of being on The Bachelor. You keep your mouth shut, or you'll get a scary email.
And you watch your mouth.
So I don't know how he's going and saying all these things when he's talking about something by James Cameron, which is a really big movie, and he's breaking his NDA. So we're gonna watch. At Dibbert Reigns, who broke his NDA. Let's hear it. About
Hey there. I signed an NDA about this, so I probably shouldn't be talking about it. But
Great.
as we know by now, I don't really care that much about NDAs. And also, I'm like, are they even real?
They are.
And it's the holiday season, so I want to spill some tea. So I worked as a PA on the C unit for Avatar: Way of the Water. C as in the letter C, not as in SEA. That would have been like mad ironic.
And then P
also, everybody
as
and their
in
mother worked
production,
Avatar,
and
not a
A
big
as
deal
in
that I got the
assistant.
job. If you stay for the credits, it's like 400 years long. Anyway, my whole job was to coordinate the actors and the production team that ran the water tanks on making sure that the water temperature was kept at a level that was suitable for the actors. The actors got to submit their preferences to me, and I made it all work. We want to keep everybody happy, long shooting days, intense set, whatever. Fun things that I learned, though. Kate Winslet, who does hold the world record for longest amount of time an actor has held their breath underwater for this movie at like 7 minutes and 11 seconds or something insane like that. She wanted the water to be room temperature. But every once in a while, she'd be like, can we make it a little colder? Can we make it a little hotter? She just wanted to like spice it up because once again, long days on set. Oh, dog. Sorry, dogs are barking. But
okay.
Another fun one was Sam Worthington insisted on keeping the water colder. He only takes cold showers, and so he insisted that the water be under 60 degrees Fahrenheit. We settled on 54 degrees because that felt like it was cold enough, but not too cold that the other actors would freak out, which nobody did, except Sigourney Weaver hates cold water. She insisted that the water be room temperature, and if not that, a little bit hotter. And so all of the scenes between Sigourney and Sam, who played Kiri and Jake respectively, weren't shot together for the underwater scenes. They did them separately because they could not agree on a water temperature, which is hilarious to me. And then the funniest one was Zoe Saldana. She wanted all of the water to be alkalized to keep the pH levels higher to like neutralize acid in the body. I don't know if that is science. I do not understand, but I've had to say like hundreds of times now. All that meant for me was that I had to dump a full bucket of baking soda into her water tank before she came to set, like a few hours before every day, which is just hilarious. But all of the actors were a joy to work with. It was such a blast. It felt like we were at a pool party all the time until things got intense. But that is an NDA I don't want to break because Avatar is weirdly a franchise that scares me. Maybe James Cameron is a franchise that scares me.
You should be scared.
And that and like Marvel. But I want to share that. All of the young actors were lovely to work with. It was fun. I was thankful for that experience. So happy holidays.
Happy holidays. I get so scared when I'm on TikTok and people are like, I have an NDA for this, but I'm going to say it anyways. I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it.
He didn't spill any tea.
No, but I thought it was interesting. That there's a whole role on that movie set, because half of it was underwater, that they had their own little tanks and they had to adjust the water specifically to what everyone would want. You know what would my water temperature be, you think?
88 degrees.
Yeah.
Not a
90 if I can.
fucking degree less.
I'd want a jacuzzi tub in my pool.
And she'd sit there like it was... I walked in one day and she was taking a shower and leaning against the wall with her eyes closed. Like it was a 90s R&B video. And she was just standing in the rain. And our house is a little bit older. hot water heater isn't in the shape that it used to be. And the hot water goes quick if you're standing there with your eyes closed, not even touching your body. And I go, "Hey, what are you doing?" And she like snapped out of it and started laughing because she immediately knew what I was talking about.
I do that a lot.
Knew damn well that I had to get a shower after her. So it happened yesterday. She washed her hair. God knows what else she did. Because, again, walk in, I had hot water for maybe 4 seconds and then immediately went cold. So I'm right on board with what I just heard from this kid because I was literally, I'm like Bane. I was born in cold water. I wasn't born in the dark, but I was born in cold water. It's my ally now.
I'm sorry. I've been really testing our water heater these
People
days.
who are sorry don't do things again. They don't continue to do things.
I just need the water heater to
People
work a
who
little
want to
harder.
appear to be sorry or are giving empty apologies will do it again. She's a repeat offender. She's going to do it again. She'll probably do it again today.
I already showered today, and I let you go first. So that was
next
big.
week. Just kidding.
I shower more than once a week, except when I have the flu.
Shouldn't have had to defend yourself. I was just joking.
I always gotta be on the defense. So I found that interesting that there's a whole role for that movie on water temperature. You learn a lot about people, But I'm scared for him. I have one more video. It's a sweet woman who got her daughter a blanket of Harry Styles' face for Christmas. But the picture on the blanket is a screenshot of it. And it says like hot pictures of Harry Styles in like the search bar. And she put that on a blanket. And it's amazing.
Even has the time.
Well, that's a sin. Pick a different picture.
Why'd you pick that picture?
Well, I thought he looked kind of hot and sexy in that picture, and those eyes. I figured he'd be looking down at you when you were asleep.
I just think that's so pure. I just love moms so much. And moms at Christmas are just one of a kind. They've worked so hard on those gifts and put their heart and soul into it. And it turns out that she took a screenshot and got it printed on a blanket. It's so cute. I love it. At least she went viral for it, I think she got a little embarrassed, but I think it's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
I don't think old people get embarrassed.
Oh, they definitely do. Maybe like old men don't, because they're just like, I don't give a shit, but they still do.
I envy that.
You don't. You basically are an old man.
I still kind of give a shit. Like, I don't like to be embarrassed or whatever, but
yeah, but
they're just like, hey.
Your give a shit level is like very low compared to other people's, which is good.
It's only getting lower too.
Creator at Maddie Marcy, thank you for that adorable video. All right,
Merci.
Nick. Oh, French. Did you learn that from me watching Emily in Paris?
No.
Your fave show that I also watched this week.
Dumb. Throw it up there with what's that show?
Which one?
Really, any ones we watch.
Manifest. Would you?
Can't believe I didn't remember that title. I heard that word so many goddamn times.
Mostly on Instagram. If you had to choose between Manifest and Emily in Paris, what would you go? Like, what would you pick?
Death.
All right, which one of these videos?
Both. You got two.
Okay. Do you need to say anything? Is this one I sent to you? No. When they're all dancing and he's standing there waiting for his food?
Yeah, probably.
So it's a accumulation of dance videos at different restaurants because a lot of people have been doing this lately. And it's just a guy waiting for his food, like stitched on top of it. Waiting for his packages.
The greatest thing about this video is how, like, people all year have been complaining about service everywhere. Like, and then, like, but in the same breath, they're like, but, short-staffed. Like, it's not their fault. Like, well, yeah, it is. Because they're fucking dancing, making TikToks. So, like, now I don't feel bad. Like, I used to be one of those people like, yeah, man, everyone's just kind of short-staffed right now. But
really, they're just making TikToks.
Yeah, really, they're making TikToks. Or they are short-staffed. But either way, it makes me so pissed off when I watch stuff like that. Like,
See, he's an old man.
I'm not against having fun at work, but goddamn, like this is not the time to be posting stuff like that.
Just because you know that
People are already not on your side.
it takes a long time to film a dance video. When you watch them, it looks like one hit wonder. You did it one time, one take. No, you have to learn the choreography. You have to coordinate it with your other coworkers. Then you have to film it, and it's going to take at least a couple tries. And you have to get the right setup, everything going. That wasn't a one-hit wonder. So you know that these people are taking a big chunk out of their workday to film these videos. So I feel you. All right. Any other prep for this last video?
Just to make sure the volume's up.
Okay.
Punchy.
She'll go to Nobu Saturday night, but won't go to McDonald's Sunday morning.
She not the one.
What? His arms are so long. I'll go to Nobu, but absolutely not while I go to McDonald's.
What is Nobu?
It's a very high-end sushi restaurant that is mostly in big cities that the Kardashians like to attend, and a lot of celebrities, and a lot of just like hot girls who want to get the espresso martini and the sesame cod.
What's
Delicious.
the second thing you said? But not McDonald's on Sunday morning?
I will not ever.
Maybe she just doesn't like having diarrhea.
Valid.
Have you ever had McDonald's breakfast? It's delicious, number one, but it's not as pleasant leaving the body as it is entering the body.
Every time it's like that?
I mean, most times, because like think about when you usually get McDonald's breakfast.
At like, gun to my head, it's like the last option on planet Earth is when I get McDonald's for breakfast.
Keep going. What did you do the night before?
If you're drunk, hungover, I don't know. I usually would order bagels.
So like the combination of an empty stomach and
Needing to soak
not
up
an empty
alcohol.
stomach, just a stomach full of alcohol from the night before, and then you throw some hash browns, some Mickey D hash browns, and like a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel in there, and you have damn near a natural disaster.
True. I mean, either way, you're probably going to get cleared out pretty fast, but that does, I'm sure, help. It's been a long time since I've been that hungover, thank God. I don't know, we could get crazy today. It is New Year's Eve. We got dinner at 5:15 and nothing to do after. So the two of us might get wild. Those are our videos of the week. Thank you very much. I'm going to work on a sound for that segment. All right. So obviously with 2023 happening basically tomorrow, it's starting off this week, a new year. We're getting ready. We're going to go through some fashion forecasting because every year as the new year comes, people are saying what's going to be trending. They're predicting what is going to be hot, what the kids are going to be wearing, what's going to be cool. So we're going to go through some of those trends. I'm going to start with, do you want me to start with female or men or male trends?
Whatever you want to do.
Okay, well,
They're going to be equally as disrespectful and not going to make any sense. So
you don't know. Maybe you can get some inspiration for your wardrobe. Maybe switch it up.
I think I'm doing all right. See this shirt?
Kennard on full blast.
Thanks, cornbread.
Is what his t-shirt says. So I think we could use some help. All right, men's fashion trends in 2023 predictions. And I got most of these from GQ and Stylecaster, so reputable sources. All right, so trench coats for men. They're making a comeback. Sleek trenches, think Inspector Gadget, like heavy-duty Max, long single-breasted, and mercifully devoid of the epaulets that used to define the silhouette.
Or think Tombstone, like you're in an old Western and you have a duster on.
The duster.
This is probably the only one that I am on board with.
You'll wear a trench coat? Really?
I'll wear a duster.
Trench coats make me think of like watch salesmen and streakers.
Inspector Gadget.
And Inspector Gadget. I still love those movies.
I used to love the show, like the animated show.
Mm.
Remember watching that at my grandma's every day.
So would you wear a trench coat in 2023?
I'd wear a duster.
That's a leather, right? A duster?
No, it doesn't have to be leather.
Like plasticky kind of material?
Doesn't have to be.
So it's a maybe. All right, boss level blazers are coming back. Think 80s style Wall Street double-breasted blazers making a comeback. Look for bold shoulder brash lapels and a nipped waist, so like a triangle shape. No?
No.
Really?
I
Look
like
at
a
them
nice
at the top.
tapered, like not necessarily form-fitting suit, but like something that looks like you didn't go, oh shit, Dad, I have an interview today. Can I look in your closet for something to wear?
Which is, you're saying boss level looks like your dad's.
No, my dad has come a long way from the suits he wears. Like he'll wear like slim fit pants and all that now.
Mm.
Not like slim, but like tailored fit.
Okay.
Like his fashion has been elevated over the last couple years.
There's my favorite word, elevated.
Fuck. But yeah, this is fucking ridiculous. Excuse my French.
I think it's
I
kind
am
of
learning
fun.
French.
See, Emily in Paris.
Yeah.
So no on the boss level blazer.
No, I think it's absolutely ridiculous looking.
Athleisure is still in, so you're in luck.
Thank Christ.
Between the pandemic and the massive shift to working from home casual performance, menswear took center stage in 2020 and 2021 and 2022. And yes, as far as men's fashion trends for 2023 are concerned, those performance menswear picks aren't going anywhere. So your whole closet is safe.
Dude, don't come at me.
A lot of gray and navy. Dainty footwear is going to be making a comeback. The footwear silhouette poised to dominate the menswear
Jesus,
conversation.
are we on men's or women's?
I know, those look like ballet flats. Conversation is slim and a little bit delicate. Tassel loafers are cool again. Do you have tassel loafers?
No.
Should we get you a pair?
I remember my dad having some though.
You could probably just go in his... Are you guys the same shoe size?
I think so. Yeah,
Interesting.
I think. Size 14. I'm just kidding.
Lie. So we're okay with the loafer style? What are we
Very
feeling?
average size foot. Nothing to write home about.
It's fine. You have the same shoe size as my dad and my brother.
Yeah.
My dad's 6'2".
It makes it so convenient. Because like if I don't like a pair of shoes, I could just ask your dad or your brother. Your brother's not going to want them because
He's way cooler
his
than everyone.
style is here. But yeah, you just give them to your dad.
So tassel loafers, yay or nay? Or loafers in general. I don't think I've seen you wear a loafer. I don't see you with like an exposed top of your foot. I don't know if that's a you
I don't think
thing.
I could.
Okay. Defussed button-ups. A looser fit and more of a casual take on the classic button-up. How do you feel? It's kind of like it kind of gapes out at the stomach region.
Gapes?
Yeah, that's a word.
Flares, maybe?
Sure.
I don't know. I just like I'm having a hard time getting to the point where I'm wearing like oversized and like loose fitting clothes again.
You wore those in high school?
No, but like in like the 90s was all about like baggy shit.
Yeah. I like a baggy. But you and I like the
I don't
fit
at
very
all.
like you. I think because you said you work hard in your body, you want to show it off.
Yeah, not lately. I'm real insecure sitting here right now, if y'all can't tell. I'm like, oh god damn. I don't like that.
Camera does weird things.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, not so much anymore, but like I still am in decent shape to where I'm not gonna like hide. I'm definitely not in like football shape anymore, but which I never really was. Now that I think back on it, I drank a lot in college. I don't like the way it fits. Like it has nothing really to do with like my body, but like has more so to do with like baggy stuff is just annoying. Like it just doesn't feel right.
I love a baggy. I love to feel like because it feels like I'm in a blanket. Boxy bombers are in. The MA1 isn't going anywhere, but the bombers we dig most right now are close relatives to the CWU. I have no idea what those words mean.
Are we talking about airplanes?
An early 50s silhouette defined by its neat point collar, cropped body, and big puffy sleeves. Bonus points if it looks like you grabbed it off the rack at your favorite vintage spot. The more patinated, the better. I don't know. I could see you in a bomber jacket. I feel like you could pull that off.
I think I have a bomber jacket.
Where? In this
in
closet?
my closet.
One of our 5 clousets?
Just a black bomber jacket.
Yeah, I feel like you could pull it back out.
Maybe.
Maybe, and put some aviators on. It's very... It might have been because...
No, I'm not our commander-in-chief. I'm not going to wear aviators.
It might be because... what's that movie called? The flight school movie?
Top Gun.
It might be because Top Gun just came back that we're bringing that style back. Okay. We'll consider the
How do
Palmer.
you not know what that's like saying? What's that candy movie? You know, the one where the guy has like a candy factory. What's that called?
Charlie the Chocolate Factory. Willy
Yeah,
Wonka.
that's it. Like that's just one you don't forget.
My brain just doesn't connect when it comes to terms of things for some reason when I'm on a camera or on recording.
On the camera, on the line.
All right, zip-up hoodies are making a comeback. Consider the pullovers reign officially over. Zip-ups are back, baby, and they're here to revolutionize your bodega run fits.
This is what just grinds my gears.
What?
Consider the pullovers reign officially over. Says who? Who am I listening to here?
The fashion industry.
Who's the fashion industry?
This is from GQ, but it's all of those designers that have fashion shows. They have their fashion shows towards like the end of last year, and that forecasts what next year is going to look like because all of the lower brands underneath of the designer brands base what they're going to pick out from what they're doing.
These are the
and
same
it's a trickle-down
people-
effects if you've seen Devil Wears Prada.
Have not seen it. Will not see it.
We will
Here's the
watch
thing,
it.
though. Like,
Great movie.
I've seen the fashion shows that these people put on. It has nothing to do with the average person. The average person is not wearing anything that I see in those fashion shows.
That's why it's like that's like the pinnacle, and then we tailor it down.
To what? Like some of those
To-
things, there is no other option. They're wearing trash bags, or they're wearing, I don't know, deer antlers on their head. Like, it's the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. So why do we continue to listen to these people?
That's a great question. I don't know who buys all the fashion industry stuff or like the designer stuff because
No one.
it's very expensive.
No one.
For shirts and pants.
It's like a contest to see how ridiculous they can make it.
Valid.
And then we're supposed to listen to those people. They clearly don't have a finger on the pulse of the rest of the world. So it's just weird to me. I've never understood that. I've never understood the appeal of actually going to a fashion show.
They're very like high class. Only who
Again,
is who
says
gets to
who?
go.
Like
I don't
high
know.
class to who? To me, it's like it doesn't make any sense. There's no art there. Like, I don't understand how people can call it like art. It looks stupid. It looks ridiculous.
Some of it, I mean, is very tasteful, but
No,
I don't think you can lump everyone together because it's
I'm just talking
quite
about
a
like
few.
what I'm talking
the high
about.
fashion.
Yeah, like this is not even wearable. Like you wouldn't be allowed in any establishment in what you have on.
No shoot, no shirt, no shoes, no service.
Unless you're Kenny Chesney.
What does that mean?
Look it up.
Okay. Zip up hoodies. How do you feel about them?
Horrible.
Really?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's nice and then you can drape it over the shoulder.
I don't
half
know when
zip
I
it.
never wear my shirt the way you wear it.
Like this.
Yeah. I would never drape it over my shoulder like that. Or drape it off my
Expose
shoulder.
the one shoulder.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay. Fuck you flip flops. Excuse my language. Fuck you flip flops are in. Your slides had a great run. Flip flops are the final frontier in so bad. In a so bad it's good fashion. Are really truly cool again. They look like. Do you remember growing up? I think it was like the brand had a monkey for their like mascot, and they were like floaty flip flops. They were made out of like lifeguard rafts. I had a couple pairs. They were really bright colored. If I could find them, they were sweet. But that's what they look like. Those flip flops. They're really comfy.
I just don't see a like. Are they talking about like summer or just like?
Yeah, I guess summer. Probably not in the winter. It's not a great time to wear flip flops.
I'll wear like leather flip flops like around the house.
Mm-hmm.
Like the rainbow or whatever.
Yeah.
But I would never be caught dead in something like that. Like, I honestly don't even like wearing flip-flops in public.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really attracted to the flip flop on men.
Like, if we're going to like
It's
the
not my
beach or
favorite.
something, like if we're in Virginia Beach or like wherever,
Yeah.
that's one thing. But like, if I'm just gonna wear them around, like I'm gonna wear closed toe something.
Yeah. I'd prefer your toes to be covered.
It's just like, I don't know. It's just like a weird. I also don't like going to people's houses and being barefoot at all.
Why?
I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. It's a weird thing. I just feel like you're too comfortable at that point. Like, dude, this isn't your house.
Like the people at the airport who'll take their shoes off.
Oh my God. Don't even get me started. We were just talking about this last night. People who don't wear gym shoes or don't wear shoes or socks to the gym. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, you should not have your bare toes out unless you're in a yoga class.
Yo, that's one thing.
Don't
if you're
you
walking
dare.
through, like, sometimes people will, like, even if they're in yoga class, they'll like walk through the gym to like get a towel or something with no shoes or socks on. It's like, why'd you even wear shoes up here to begin with? If you're just gonna do that, like, take your ass to the parking lot with no shoes. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't. There's no place in the gym for bare feet.
Oh, dude,
No,
that's a
not at all.
hazard. Can you imagine dropping? I mean, shoes are not going to do much if you drop a weight on, but like, if you're exposed, I mean, we're talking blood everywhere.
Crushed toes. It's not pretty. Okay, so no on a few flip-flops. Got it. Tanks and trousers. A ribbed white tank looks good with pretty much everything, but the swerviest way to wear one in 2023, ? Tuck it into your trousers and then accessorize with a flashy gold chain and a razzle-dazzle belt. So belts are back in for dudes.
And apparently laying hands on your spouse as well.
I wasn't sure if it was wife or white.
Wife beater.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
It's not a great term.
I remember back in the day, it was like popular to wear like a wife beater underneath a cutoff.
A cutoff like
A
tank
cutoff
top?
shirt, yeah.
So you had two tank tops on?
Basically, like it would
Two
be like
tank
a
tops,
cutoff
yeah.
t-shirt with a wife beater underneath.
I'm sure looked horrible.
I mean,
I can't, why?
there's probably pictures of me out there with it on.
Embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing. That's what everyone did.
Yeah, I've never liked the white tank top on men either. I always prefer a t-shirt to a tank.
I just think like now wearing sleeves. Now, if you're wearing it under something, not a big deal. But like if you're just like popping sleeves and just wearing a tank top tucked into some pants and
Yeah.
combat boots,
It's bold.
you better be a mechanic.
But he looks pretty confident, the guy wearing that outfit. So he looks like he's fine with it.
I mean, he's also a model, so they don't exactly look for people with low self-esteem for that role. So
it's a no for you on the tank tucked in.
yeah, I don't think I'd ever do that, ever.
Okay.
Actually, during my senior pictures, I remember this. My mom can back me up. The lady who took my picture, she was not so nice. But she was like, do you want to do anything like maybe with your shirt off? And I was like, no, absolutely not.
She was trying to see some.
But like some other dudes have, like obviously. And she was like, what about like do you have like a tank top? And I was like, no, I'll never do that. Number one, like I don't have the body for me to be popping my shirt off and like taking pictures. I'm just not built that way. I'm a weebie. Like,
You have to be really prepared for topless photos.
yeah, you just have to be like on at all times.
Yeah, it's a hard place
And I'm
to be.
never on. So
That's so interesting that for senior pictures that you like, some people would take their shirts off. Like usually senior pictures go to your grandma and like they put them on the Christmas card. Like why would you ever have your shirt off? There's no reason for it.
no, I mean you're in high school.
Yeah.
Relax. There'll be plenty of times to pop your shirt. Senior pictures that might end up in your yearbook, not
Not the
the
time.
time.
Western is in.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to get me on board with this. I love
He
this
jumped
shit.
at it. To go forwards in the matters of style, you've got to go back. Styles that merge functionality and toughness are roaring back in a big way, and none more so than the Western wear. I think, honestly, Yellowstone brought this back for people.
100%.
And I'm here for it. I think it's nice and rugged and
I mean, Rip.
Rip. He wears the same thing every day, but it looks great.
He's such a hard ass. I love him. He's my favorite character for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I love it all. It's so good. And we watched 1883 finally. Bawled my freaking eyes out. Not good for me, but it was a great series. And then we're now starting 1923. Having a good time.
Tomorrow we got
Tomorrow.
quite a bit to
Sunday. So yes, on the Western. I love that. The one in the top, it's like a cream
Of course,
Western-esque. I love cream.
Did you put this little collage together?
I sure did. That one's from Banana Republic. I like it a lot. Might purchase it for you. Retro everything is in. 90s and 80s are in. Look for bold color blocked prints,
This is
big
exact
logos.
opposite of what you just showed me.
Well, people can have two different styles. Are back, and the resurgence of the classic Ralph Lauren polo also making a resurgence. I think I typed that wrong, but so Ralph Lauren polos are back. Big prints are back, and the color blocking from the 80s. I feel like they've never really left. People have been wearing them still. The polo, I'm not sure about. Don't know how I feel about that making a resurgence. I wore way too many double polos, popped collars. Tucked in, everything is in, so bring out those belts. Tucking your shirts and t-shirts is cool again, and belts are back, baby.
T-shirts tucked in. You know what?
Do it. I always get really upset with my dad when he tucks his t-shirt into his sweatpants.
Dads are onto something.
Yeah, you gotta get him hiked up, and then you pull it tight with the bow. Oh, that's way better. If you do like a French tuck, it's fine.
The fuck is a French tuck?
French is very in today. It's when you tuck the front part of your
This
shirt
here's
in, but you leave
American.
the side and the back out. That looks really good. Nice work. Fashion. See, you're already jumping in on the trends. Look at you go. That was the men's trends. How do we feel?
Had me fooled.
Okay, let's go straight into women's. I don't think you'll have as much fun with this, but we have to, cover it all. Tassels are in. Feathers are being replaced by tassels. The texture tassel trim will be the ultimate party trick come spring 2023. I'm super into feathers, especially for bridal stuff. I'm gonna have to locate some tassels, which makes sense because tassel
Don't
loafers
be
are in.
giving anything away, champ.
What?
You said you're into feathers as far as bridal stuff, so chill.
I'm not talking about my wedding dress.
Oh, okay. Well, you said bridal stuff.
I have a collection of white things that are ready to go for 2023. I am hoarding white clothes. I've got a lot of options. Still got to get a couple more things, but yes, tassels after.
Better not be after Labor Day though.
I get to wear white all year next year.
No.
Yes. Sheer is making a comeback. See through everything and showing your undergarments is trending. Will you feel okay if I walk around and you can see my bra, maybe my underwear?
No, absolutely not.
Rebel Schoolgirl is in. Upper East Side schoolgirl aesthetic with a rebellious vibe. You'll see strong presence of the city school aesthetic. The look takes elements of demure girly school aesthetic plaid skirts, ruffled collars, and combines them with street style grunge, heavy piercings, big clunky shoes. So a combo of the two. Yeah,
Kind of weird.
Whatever with
Kind of getting a little pedo vibes.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I don't like that.
It's a big problem in the fashion industry these days.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
No, oblique peeps are in, so showing off those obliques is in. Cutout dresses. I might have to add some. I do have some oblique options actually, so that's good. I'm already on trend. Leather obviously is still in, but more in not just wearing them for winter. Use it all year long with brighter colors of leather skirts, leather shirts.
You ever worn leather in the summer?
Leather? No, have not.
Yeah. We'll see how long this one lasts.
Chafing is not fun.
You ever fallen asleep like with the windows open on a summer day on your parents' leather couch?
Or when you get in the car in the summer and you have leather seats
You're like,
and you can't sit. Yeah, not fun. Or have you seen that episode of Friends with Ross when he
No.
wears leather pants?
Nope.
And the color of the year is Pantone. Pantone's color of the year is Viva Magenta. I don't know why we pick a color of the year, what the reasoning is behind it, but magenta is in. Not a big fan of magenta, not really into it. It's a very close family to burgundy, which my mom is a big burgundy hater. Shout out, Mom. So yeah, look out for magenta. It's making a comeback. I don't know about this. It's giving me Blue's Clues vibes, but I guess that's what's in.
because there was a lot of magenta in Blue's Clues.
Yeah, there's a literal other dog girl named Magenta.
I didn't watch it long
Keep
enough,
up.
I guess.
So that is what is trending for men and women in 2023. Do you think I pretty much wear all of those styles already. I feel like I'm with it.
I haven't really seen you in much Western.
Well, that's for boys, not for girls.
Why would it only be for boys though?
I don't know. That's what it said. Actually, I could get down with a pair of cowboy boots. I could wear a white pair for bridal stuff. But then I wouldn't wear them again, so it's a waste of money. Anyways, how we feel? Anything that you're going to be changing?
Nope. Do I strike you as somebody who changes up things a whole lot?
You do not. It takes me a long time to work you
That
down.
was more for the audience.
Someone asked us on question stickers on how I convinced you to take down all of your bachelor decorations, which we finally got rid of the last couple of things this week. So really big week for me. We took down the last of the American flags. No disrespect to the flag.
They're not
our
down.
Country.
They're still
They're
up
in his
somewhere
man
else.
den downstairs.
Yeah, because I'm definitely not anti-American.
No, neither am I, but I just don't think we need to use them
you
for
were the
decor.
one who wanted to take the flags down.
I don't think we need 10 flags in one room. I think it's just a little much. Just a little, it's a lot. So my answer to that question is you make it seem like it's their idea to remove said decorations. So once they finally come to terms with the fact that makes no sense to keep your high school jersey or your college jersey on the wall as decoration in your adult bedroom, then we're getting somewhere. And once you have that little window, you strike while it's hot. You take everything else that you can get down. Anything else that you can convince them. You just got to wait for that little opening. And then...
Dude, shut the... You guys had a neon sign in your apartment that said 2 woke girls. Yeah.
R.I.P.
Kerpa, I saw it.
It's gone.
So don't come at me about a jersey that literally went to battle in week after week in that jersey.
We all have to have our figuring out decor days. I agree. I had mine too. We've gotten to a better place.
And some of the things that you guys use to fasten things to the wall, I mean...
That's just like poor construction skills. That's just not really knowing much about what we needed you for.
So don't come at me anymore. I will start exposing you.
Okay, perfect. Let's finish this off with our New Year's resolutions. I don't make any for myself. I make a manifestation list at the end of the year of things I want to manifest. But I don't really do New Year's resolutions because it doesn't work for me. But I'm going to make one for you and you can make one for me. What do you think?
You go first.
Okay. I think you need to work on your spontaneity, being gung-ho about taking or doing things that don't require a plan, or you planning things yourself for us to do. So it's not just me planning everything. I think that's what you need to work on.
Let me tell you why that doesn't work.
Why?
Because you are very particular about things. When you act like you're not, you act like I'm the one who's very particular. You are the one who's very particular. So
I've got taste.
if I plan something that you don't necessarily want to do, you'll let me know right away, and you'll try to change it and transform it into something that it is something you want to do, and then it is no longer my idea. So why do I even plan anything?
So then what you work on is your excitement to do things when I plan them. That's what you work on.
You won't. You're not going to get it out of me.
Okay. What's mine?
This is also why I don't do resolutions, because if I really wanted to change something, this is the issue with resolutions, okay?
Okay.
If you really needed to change something in your life, you don't wait till the end of the year to write it down on a piece of paper. You change it. Right then, right there. You don't wait. It's not a new year, new you, same old you. 24 hours has passed. So you either have balls and you change it right now, or you don't want to change it that bad. And that's okay too. But don't wait till the end of the year and act like, now I can do something about this, because I've written it down on a piece of paper. Now is my time. I am going to be a new version of myself, even though 24 hours ago, I was slugging beers, fucking ripping Twizzlers out of the package and just eating them by the handful.
I love Twizzlers.
Taking down an entire gallon of ice cream. Like,
right.
24 hours isn't going to do you shit. So either be about it, stop talking about it and be about it and do it right then and there, or don't do it. Don't wait till the end of the year to make a resolution about it.
And that is our inspirational speech from Nick to start our year off right.
Well, part of the deal is I give my opinion, so.
I think I know what my New Year's resolution from you is going to be.
What do you think it's going to be?
To talk louder.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, there was more.
Maybe not even talk louder, but talk louder the second time.
Okay.
Because I'll be like, she'll say something to me, she'll be like, and I'll go, what's up? And she'll go, and you're like, that was actually quieter the second time. How does that happen?
I don't know, man.
So that's a good one for you.
Okay.
I would say, and this is really something we both need to work on, because I act like I have my shit together, but I don't. But like truly realizing that like we live, like we're coexisting in a space together, like we live in the same space, and that we need to like respect that. And also that we're trying to sell this house eventually. So like we need to take care of that too. I think that's for both of us, because like I leave my, like you could go down the laundry room right now and I have 3 baskets of clothes down there and another stack of clothes on the dryer.
I agree.
And probably another one in the other room in a basket in the basement.
Yeah.
So like I'm not innocent in that, and that has got to be annoying for you.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I still do it, don't I?
The other day, I even folded your laundry for you, but then we put the baskets in my closet
It took
room.
me weeks to put it away.
So yeah, that is your thing. But yeah, I agree. We can both be better at that. That's a good one.
And guess what? We're going to start today. We're not going to wait till tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
And if something else comes up in a week, I'm going to start it then. I'm not going to wait till the end of the year and say, new year, new me. Now let me put a post on the fucking Instagram so that everyone knows what I'm working on this year.
Accountability is helpful, though.
Don't do that. No one cares.
I like to see them.
No, you don't. She's lying to you. And anyone who tells you that they want to see you post about what you're going to change this year or next year or the year after is lying to you.
It gives people ideas on what they can change.
No, it doesn't. It's a way of saying, look at me. I've chosen to wait all year and let this fester with the ones that I love and who love me. But I'm doing it now because we are supposed to do New Year's resolutions at the end of the year. Don't wait. Just do it now. And definitely don't tell people about it. Just move in silence. It's
when you think about breaking your resolution at any point this year, just think about this face over here. The one that's wearing a Skinner on Full Blast t-shirt and his little pep talk. And just don't. Keep it going.
For real, though, that's really annoying when people post that stuff. Like, no one gives.
I may or may not be posting later about it, but it's fine. So yeah, I think that's a great energy for us to start this new year with. I'm feeling quite inspired. I don't know about you guys, or at least I have a little fire lit underneath of me. I think it's going to be a good year for all of us.
Do you want to give, like, advice going into this year?
My advice?
Yeah.
For the people?
Just for everyone in general.
We're going to advice. That's new for you.
Don't push me.
Well, one thing I want to work on is how sensitive I am.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about.
No, I'm saying I want to work on that. So I'm giving this as a way to help people.
Okay.
I want to work on how sensitive I am about general, and just like in general, I'm super sensitive as a person, and I want to get thicker skin this year officially, and I want to be more of myself and not care what other people think about what that version of me is. So I think my advice this year is work on not looking outside of yourself for what is cool, what you should be doing with your life or your day. Start with yourself. Don't worry about what the hell other people are doing. If they're jetting off over here, if they have these really cool things, worry about yourself, focus inward, and so much more can be accomplished from that place versus giving everyone else your energy, being envious of what they're doing. That only takes away from you and what you're capable of. So that is my advice and what I'm going to work on. Would you like to give us some advice?
Yeah, kind of along the same lines. Like, just worry about yourself. I think a lot of people are starting to realize that there's things in this world that are really outside of your control. And taking a strong stance on something and shunning those who don't believe in the same things you believe in, or just downright hating someone because maybe they look different, they believe in things that are different than you believe in, they devote themselves to causes that you don't necessarily believe in, or they don't believe in the causes that you're backing. Like, just having everyone just having a general respect for one another again.
Yeah.
And not basing your opinion on somebody based off of like things that really don't even impact you on a daily basis. And that, I mean, it just goes for everyone. Like, if it doesn't directly affect your life, don't worry about it. If it's something you care about, like if it's a cause or something that you want to bring awareness to, that's different. But like, if somebody's doing something that you don't like, guess what? You just get to not like it. That's all that's going to ever happen. You just don't like it. So the sooner that people accept that, not only that, but like the sooner people will just accept one another again. Because I feel like the last like really 2-3 years,
3 years,
it's just been everyone at each other's throat. For what reason? No one knows. There's so many reasons out there that people have been at each other's throats. But like, at the end of the day, if it doesn't affect your life, don't worry about it. If somebody's doing something you don't like, don't worry about it. But on the flip side of that, like, more people should have conversations with people who they don't necessarily think the same way about certain things. Like, talk to somebody who has a different opinion than you. Don't just hate them. Like, both of you come to a mutual respect for one another. You're never gonna convince someone of everything that you believe in, and vice versa. Like, no one's ever gonna convince you of everything that they believe in, unless you're in a cult. And in that case, get out as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. But like, once you come to an understanding of like, I have nothing to gain from this conversation, but I also have nothing to lose. Like, they may not convince me of anything. I may not convince them of anything, but we're going to come to an understanding that we both disagree on certain things. Mm-hmm. And that's like where relationships grow. It's not talking to someone every single day who has the exact same opinions as you. Mm-hmm. Like, that's how hate just continues to fester. Like, talk to someone who doesn't believe in the same things you do. That would be my advice. Get to know somebody who you claim to hate. That would be my advice.
I would love to see more understanding in 2023 from everyone, myself, everyone. Just less judgment, less like, you're better than them because of this or that, or just like, we're all on the same level. You can have some really interesting conversations with people that you disagree with, or people who just grew up differently, or anything. It's a very interesting place to start.
I mean, that's called learning. That's how it's called growing. That's how you grow as a person. Like, there's enough going on around the world. Mm-hmm. There's enough people, talking shit about our country. Like, let's at least like each other. What do you say? Or you don't even have to like one another. Just respect boundaries. Respect one another. Respect the fact that people think differently about things. Mm-hmm. That's all right. That doesn't make them a bad person. It just makes them different. And that's what I thought was great about our world, is that people were different and they didn't think the same. But, you check the tape over the last 3 years and you wouldn't think so. But what do I know? I mean, I have a Skinner on Full Blast t-shirt on, and I work in sales. I have no business talking about any of this. But since you tuned in, and since my lovely fiance has invited me onto this podcast and given me a microphone, looks like you got to listen. So, no, that would be my advice, though.
Okay. I like it. I like this new Nick. Open to advice.
I'm always open to advice. Whether I take that advice is a different story.
It's giving it that's different for you.
Yeah, I still don't want to do that, but I felt like I needed to say something because I was listening to a podcast. I was listening to Joe Rogan and John Bernthal? He's an actor.
I don't know.
Just talking about like how he has friends for like when the George Floyd stuff was happening. There was anti-police protests and defund the police and all this, and like he started his podcast basically from like that whole movement. Mm-hmm. And he had really good friends with ties to like the police community, or he was directly had a direct relationship with the police, but he also had really close, deep-rooted relationships with the people he grew up with and who were gang affiliated and obviously didn't necessarily like the police. And he talked about like the leap that he had to take to start his podcast, bringing these two groups together, these two individuals, like basically like the advocate, the leaders in these two communities that he knew so well. And he said the reason that he was nervous, but he wasn't scared to do it, is because he knew they were going to laugh at the same shit. Like he knew that they were going to be finishing each other's sentences. He knew that they were going to be able to find common ground. But until he gave those two individuals a chance to do that, they were just going to continue to hate each other. They were just not, they would never see eye to eye until you sit them down and you find the similarities in their lives and try to not ignore the differences, but don't make that the point of focus. Like focus on how much we're alike. You're just naturally going to have differences with somebody because you're not identical twins. You're not a clone of one another.
Yeah.
But like if you focus on the similarities, you start to find common ground and you start to break down some of the barriers that two groups have between them. And I was just like, holy shit. That's the way he said it gave me goosebumps because it's like
humanity at its finest, like what it's supposed to be about.
Like take this guy who should be afraid of bullshit like cancel culture because he's an actor and like speaking out on certain things because it's not popular to feel that way. And he was like, fuck that. Like it's important for me. Forget fame, forget money, whatever. Like the world is not going to be a better place until you start having conversations with people who are on complete opposite ends of the spectrum.
Maybe that's tuning into this podcast and listening to the two of us.
Who knows? But yeah, I mean, it just struck me this morning. I was like, he's absolutely right. Like there's, you don't know how similar you are with someone until you have a conversation with them. And the majority of the people who you may claim to hate or whatever, you would be so surprised at how similar you are with that person. And, maybe it's not the way you grew up, but it's, whatever your interests. Or maybe you did grow up the exact same way. Maybe you grew up right down the street from this person, had no idea, but you just took different career paths or whatever. I don't know. I'll get off my soapbox now, but it's like, I don't know. It just struck me. It was like, holy shit, he's exactly right. Like,
That's a great note to start us off on.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, thanks.
And one more. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, I guess I'm going to reel you in. Thank you so much for listening. I'm excited for this year for all of us. We'll be back every Wednesday. Please send us what you want us to talk about, any topics, things that you want Nick to go off on, anything like that, send them my way.
Careful.
I love ya. I will see you guys next Wednesday. Bye.
Play Freebird.